What's going on there, guys? It's Sunday, September 2nd, 2018. Just got up this morning, got the pit fired up. Going to be doing some barbecue for later on today. So I got a little bit of time. Figured to come up here, mess around a little bit, do a bench update, a couple of things going on, mishap that happened, and a few kits. My last video I did, I got the 32 Ford Highboy finished up. Thankfully, it's safe and sound in a display case because last Sunday, disaster struck. Kids went back to school, so, my wife was getting their names on all their school supplies and stuff, and my son, he's 7, going into 2nd grade, and he had these safety scissors, and she could not get a label on them. I got a silver Sharpie. I'll write his name on the handle. The scissors were dark blue and black. That silver will work fine. So I come up here, was messing around with the Gray Ghost, and I forgot the scissors. My daughter brought them up to me. So I get the Sharpie and I try it, and I don't know, it must have been old, dried up, whatever, wasn't working. So I had another pen similar to the Liquid Chrome. I've used it before, worked fine. Just the only difference was it wasn't as shiny as the Liquid Chrome. So I'm holding the cap with my right hand, and I'm pulling on the body of the pen with my left. I mean, I'm left-handed, so I'm pulling the body of the pen, and finally when the cap comes off, I look, and the tip of the pen is stuck in the cap. So you can imagine what happened next. That shit went everywhere. I had the instruction sheet laid out here on the bench. The majority of it went all over the instruction sheet to the Gray Ghost. I'm sitting here, at my bench, in my chair, had on a pair of shorts. My left leg pretty much down to my foot. Had that silver ink all over it. It's a good thing my daughter, when she was up here, she was standing behind me to my left. She had just turned to walk out of the room, because if not, that stuff would have got flung all over her. It ended up on the floor, all over the ceiling. Some of it got all over my display case, on the glass. And then I had a few things I was working on here. I had the cab to the International Transtar was sitting over here. You can still see some of it all over the place. It was sitting here. I had the hood to the 454 SS. I had it pushed off to the side. There's the old body. Once I got my hands cleaned up and got the bench area cleaned up here, I looked at the cab and I saw there was a couple of spots on it. And that pen, I threw it away. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was real similar to the Liquid Chrome, where it cleans up very easily with alcohol. So I got some alcohol, and I went and wiped it off, got it off the cab, got it off the hood, come off the Oldsbody. Then after a while, I got to looking, and it left a mark on the cab. Looked at the hood, same thing. The Oldsbody, nothing. No marks, nothing. So I'm thinking because the body has not been clear coated, maybe that was the reasoning. But anyhow, it had left these marks in there. So the cab, I didn't know what to do to get it off. Maybe if I just wet sand it real easily, and if I have to, I'll put another coat of another clear coat on it. Bad idea, because I burnt through into the clear, down into the paint, and into the primer. And that was the last of that color I had for that. So I just put the cab back in a box. I was really hoping to finish that thing in the next few weeks. So now I gotta strip it, repaint it, start over on the cab. You'd think I'd have learned my lesson from the cab. So what I do to the hood, same damn thing, same result. So that hood, it got stripped. It's going to be painted again. For this will be the third time it'll be painted, and that's the last piece of the puzzle for that. That's for the Chevy Truck Month build, and then that one will be finished. Really haven't made a whole lot of progress on the Gray Ghost. Just got some of the padding painted on a couple of the pieces to the cage, basically. Got started messing around with the 50s group build. There's straight 6 for the 53 Chevy. That's really about it. Picked up a few kits with Halloween not too far around the corner from us here. Looking for something for a group build. And there's a little store in one of the plazas close by here. It's like a pop culture store. They got all kinds of stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. And I saw the one thing that said, they had model kits. So I went in there, and they did have one model. It was this one. An old... I'll try to get the glare off of it here. An old monogram Dracula. I did not buy it there. Because I looked at it and they were asking $50 for it. I thought, ooh, no, too much. The guy asked me if I was interested, and I was like, yeah, but not for that price. And he come over and looked at it, and he's like, I could do 40. Nah, it's still too much. He's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know really. I mean, maybe 20, 25 at the most. That's, because I never saw this kit before. He's like, nah. He's like, I can come down to 35. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to hold off. So I got home, looked on eBay, saw this one here. $25, buy it now, free shipping. So a couple of clicks. 2 days later, Dracula showed up at my door. Originally, I was looking for the Grim Reaper from Mobius. Oh, this lighting in here is terrible. Couldn't find it, and then after I got told Dracula here, I did find this one. So this one showed up too. What else did I get? I got the International Off-Road Scout SS2. I've been wanting one of these for a while, and when I saw that they were coming out with it again, I said, well, it's got to add this one to the collection. I got something planned for this one here. I don't know when I'll get to it, if it'll be later this year or next year, but this one will be on the bench here before too long. I was talking with a friend of mine recently, and he asked about the Revell Foose Ford. And, he says, man, I'd like to find one. I said, well, I got a couple of them, I built one, and, I got one in my stash. And he said, man, I can't find them. I said, really? I said, Hobby Lobby had them. And he's like, man, I went to all the Hobby Lobbies around and went to a few shops. And he says, online, he's like, man, they're ridiculous. And I did look on eBay, and, well, I looked at Hobby Lobby last time I was there, and they don't have any. Looked on eBay, and, man, they're asking $60, $70 for them. I don't know if they're getting it or not, but there's a little hobby shop close by. Went in there, and you can see the price, $24.95. Walked in there, they had 2 of them. So I grabbed them both. Got one for him, one for myself. Add another one of these to the stash. That's a great kit, by the way. Really like it. On eBay, just looking around, I saw this little Caribbean pirate ship. It's a little ghost ship. It's a 1/72 scale. Cool little kit. $8.99. Buy it now. Shipping was like $7 and change. Figured, why not? Looks like a pretty cool build. So I picked that one up. Saw this Tamiya excuse me, Mitsubishi A6M Zero Fighter. This was like, I think, $9. Buy it now. Shipping was, I think, $5 on it. Something like that. Okay. That's pretty neat. It's a 1/48 scale plane. And then I've just been kind of, excuse me, kind of itchy here to do something a little bit different. And I've always had a fascination with some of these really cool boats and aircraft carriers and ships and such. And I know there's a lot of guys that do them, and I mean, I'm going to have to thank Charlie Mack for this one. It's a Revell, the Tribal Class Destroyer, HMS Ark Royal. He's done several videos and showed off his collection of builds and all of his different ships. And man, I mean, you could just watch that countless times. I mean, great looking stuff. And I've just wanted to do one. And after seeing his videos on him, Charlie, I went and pulled the trigger. I got one of these, buddy. So have to check this out here before too long. That's a 1/720th scale. Probably a little small, a little tedious, but we'll get it figured out. That's going to be a fun build. Not sure when I'll get to it, but it won't be too long. But this video is getting kind of long here, so I just want to end it with I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Labor Day weekend. If you're out traveling, out and about, safe travels to everybody. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.